السلام عليكم، حياكم الله. أنا راكان ورجعنا من جديد، وهذه المرة بلقاء حصري مع نجوم مسلسل كراون، وتحديدا الموسم الخامس. الممثل النجم دومينك ويست، والممثلة الرائعة ويليامز. في البداية خلوني أقول لكم شكرا جزيلا على دعمكم المتواصل لراكان الشايع شخصيا في كل المنصات. مشاعركم وصلتني ودعمكم واصلني، فشكرا جزيلا. أنا عارف أن المقدمات طويلة، بس جزء كبير من المقدمة يروح لشكركم لأنكم تستاهلون صراحة، فشكرا جزيلا. حريص جدا اني اقول شكرا في بداية كل مقطع، واقول شكرا 6000 مرة، ما عندي مشكلة. وبالمناسبة القناة فيها كمية كبيرة من اللقاءات سويتها مع نجوم هوليوود والشاشة الصغيرة بشكل عام، مخرجين، كتاب، وممثلين سترينجر ثينجز، زاك سنايدر، اشياء كثيرة صراحة موجودة بالقناة. راح تحصلها بالبلاي ليست او قائمة التشغيل اللي ممكن تطلع لك فوق او تلقاها تحت في صندوق الوصف. كل امانة لما جيت ابي اسوي هذا الفيديو او هذا المقطع اللي تشوفه الان، كنت ابغى اسويه بطريقة مراجعة مع لقاء، بحيث اني ادمج الحاجتين مع بعض ويكون المقطع طويل 20 دقيقة، اسوي منه المراجعة واخلص من المراجعة واقدم لك هذا اللقاء واختصر الجهد على نفسي. ولكن بعد ما شفت اللقاء بالكامل حبيت الاسئلة، وقلت يا راكان هذا اللقاء من افضل اللقاءات اللي انت سويتها، فحرام انك تقصقص هذا اللقاء وترميه كذا. وانا عارف انه اللقاءات اللي مثل كذا تكون مملة، ولكن انا ادعوك عزيزي المشاهد، سواء كنت مهتم في مسلسل كراون او غير مهتم في المسلسل، ادعوك لمشاهدة هذا اللقاء، لانه من اجمل اللقاءات اللي انا سويتها خلال السنتين الماضية، واللقاء بدون حرق. وقبل لا تشوف اللقاء، في حاجتين ودي تكتبها تحت في خانة التعليقات. الحاجة الأولى، وش أفضل سؤال من وجهة نظرك بهذا اللقاء اللي راح تشوفه الآن؟ وش أفضل سؤال أنا سألته من وجهة نظرك؟ كذلك حاجة ثانية، ودي تكتب سؤال ممكن تسأله للممثلين لو كنت مكاني. لايك، اشترك بالقناة، فعل جرس التنبيهات. والحين أخليك مع دومينك واوليفيا. Enjoy. And the best compliment I can say, the season was great. Yeah, and the season is taking place in a very dramatic period for the royal family. So what kind of pressure you guys felt during the filming?
I wasn't filming when our queen passed away, but this period in that season 5 deals with is a very, very dark time for Camilla, and it's trying to depict this love affair between Charles and Camilla when you really have no evidence for it in news stories or the video of the time, because the stories against Camilla were all so negative. So we're in the scenes that we have together. The challenge for us was to find the humor and the joy that clearly the relationship has, and the sense of humor that gets them through the darkness of it all. That was my challenge.
You, Dominic?
Yes. Sorry, what was the question? Sorry.
Picturing the darkest years of that.
Yes, yeah. No, we're very conscious that this was the nadir of Charles's life, really, and of Camilla's probably, and the darkest recent time for the monarchy. And when I look at videos of Charles at that time, you can't escape the overwhelming sadness that seems to be around him, even before Diana's death. And so you're very conscious of that being a responsibility to show the emotional truth and get it right.
It was unthinkable things happening to the...
Yeah. The events themselves of this season were covered in many titles, such as The Queen for Peter Morgan. So guys, what you are betting on the crown? What you are betting on here in the crown? Yeah.
As in being more successful than the other depictions of the period. I mean, I think what's so interesting that Peter's dealt with this period before is he turns in the show The Queen, it was about the Queen. This is called The Crown. This is about monarchy and how these domestic events and these international events affect the movement of the crown from one generation to another. So in this season, it's wonderful. Peter gets the chance to be much more philosophical. He has an episode that's really about divorce in any family and in any situation, and an episode about what the press does to a simple private conversation and how that is broadcast and changed and twisted into something different, the effect of the press on the crown.
I think also what's in, is it episode 3 about the Muhammad Al Fayed and his history, which was I thought it was very interesting that Peter wanted to delve quite deeply into that.
Okay, that's great. Dominic, let me ask you, how hard is it to play a role after another actor?
Well, it's terrible. I did it once in the theatre in a play called Rock and Roll, where which was a new play by Tom Stoppard, for which the previous cast had won every award going, and I realized at the time that that I thought at the time, there's no way you can do this. You can only suffer by comparison. But usually these things happen around roles that are so juicy and interesting and exciting that you can't resist it. And that's what's happened with me in The Crown, that I have to put Josh's success behind me and try and have a go myself, because it's you don't get parts like this very often, and so well written.
I believe Peter Morgan announced that this season gonna be the last season. I'm not sure, but however,
yes.
Would you like to play your roles moreover? I mean,
I'd like to play
yeah.
I like the cars, I like the clothes. So I'd love to go on playing him. Maybe we'll take it on the road or do The Crown, the musical might be quite a good idea.
You don't want to hear me sing, really.
No, I think Camilla, yes, she shouldn't be able to sing.
No. Rona.
But no, he's always been very clear that you can't get within 20 years, I think, of current events. Otherwise, it becomes something else. And that the benefit of hindsight that we were talking about doesn't, you need that. And as a dramatist, I think especially. So I think Peter will probably go back. There's plenty of royal history to deal with that hasn't been done.
There was a world leader, I think it was Chairman Mao, who was asked, what's your opinion of the French Revolution? And he said it's too early to tell.
Okay. That's great. So you both did a great job in this season. I'm wondering, how did you prepare for your roles, and what was the best part in the preparing?
My wig fitting. Once I had the wig on, I needed to do no further research. In fact, my wig really did the acting for me. It's a brilliant wig, and anybody who doubted I could play Camilla they had to eat their words when they saw me once I had the wig on.
I love being measured up for his suits. They're incredible. We had these wonderful tailors in the East End of London. I went in and got measured up and get to wear amazing things. My favorite being his tropical naval captain outfit, which is all white and lots of brass buttons and lots of medals and orders of chivalry, which is right up my street.
Yeah, did you take something from the set?
I did, but I can't tell you what it was. It'll be on eBay shortly.
Okay. Did you try to change something on the script?
I've had I have it on quite good authority that Camilla likes to swear a lot. She uses very colourful language, and so I've tried to slip in a few light obscenities where I can.
You, Dominic, did you try to add or remove something from the script?
Well, well, not so much in the wording. You wouldn't dare in the dialogue. Oh, you dared, yeah, I didn't dare. But we were very lucky. We had a rehearsal time beforehand, and I got to talk to Peter a lot about how we saw the character and how he is with various people, and unusually, actually, Peter listened. Unusual for writers, I find. He listened and changed a lot, or changed some things, and that was very rewarding part of the process.
I think a lot of people are talking now about, in political debate, about the death of nuance, about the slight difference between one meaning and another. And the wonderful, having got to this stage of The Crown, there's the space and the time in these episodes to have nuance and to suggest a different view or a different meaning. And I think Charles, Dominic brought a lot of nuance to the character of Charles that the space we have now with Series 5 to express that.
I believe you both dived into the depth of your characters. Can you tell us the strangest fact you learned about your characters?
When he divorced and moved out of Kensington Palace, he took his lavatory with him.
I think that Camilla had an amazing brother who lived he ran an elephant sanctuary in Africa, and I think he was quite a colourful character. He died tragically when he was having a drink in a New York bar and was knocked back by a revolving door.
Rather a good way to go.
Well, I know. I was going to say, I think probably going out for a cigarette, and I think she's got a more racy life than she would like us to know.
This is the last question, but sorry if this question is a silly one, but I used to feel that the show is so real. What sort of direction are you getting on the set?
Very good. It's not silly. That's a great question.
Thank you.
We had a wonderful director called Maya El-Touhi, who's half Danish and half Egyptian. And she gave us wonderful direction that was very much about playing the truth of the lines and the situation. And she had a very complicated episode to shoot that was full of controversy, and she had an absolute clarity and simplicity in her vision, I felt.
Yeah, she directed the scene, the episode that we're most involved in, and she met with us earlier beforehand, and I had great chats with her about mainly what she encouraged in me was that I said I really don't want Charles to be the villain of this piece, and he was so much presented as that in the press, I think, around the divorce with Diana, and she said, well, actually, I'm on his side, and that's all you need from a director is a little bit of confidence and the feeling that they're on your side.
Yeah, finally, Dominic, you explained before that The Wire cured your road rage. I don't know if you remember that or not. Yeah, what The Crown cured?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I mean, I was going to say, hopefully it's cured my unhealthy interest in pomp and ceremony, but I don't think
encouraged it.
It's only encouraged it.
Thank you.
I suppose maybe I no longer wish to own an Aston Martin DB5, because they're a nightmare to get in and out of.
Thank you. Congratulations again, and thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.